Alright guys, this is a long playing review for Rambo 3 on the Amstrad CPC. And in the last movie, Rambo 2, old John Rambo, he said, "Yo Adrian!" No, he didn't actually. He said, to survive a war, you gotta become war. And yeah, that was a decent movie, but unfortunately the game was pretty crap, which was, you can see in my previous video. So we move on to Rambo 3, which this time Colonel Troutman, his friend in the previous two movies, he's been captured by the Russians in Afghanistan, and basically you've got to go in and rescue him, kill all the Russians, blow up the Russian base, and get home for tea and crumpets. And well, the movie was pretty shocking, to be honest with you. I only watched it a few months ago actually, and I can hardly remember anything that happened in it apart from the god-awful opening to the movie, which is one of the most cringe-worthy scenes ever in a movie, where that army guy is trying to persuade Rambo to come back into action and rescue Troutman, and he starts telling him this bizarre story. Anyway, the whole movie is a bit of a joke, with not many particularly memorable scenes. So how does it translate into a computer game? Well, not bad actually. This is definitely far improved from the previous Rambo game. We've got the best programmers at Ocean Beyond the game this time. Andrew Deakin, programmer, graphics by Ivan Horn, Jonathan Dunn doing the music and sound effects. And that's the Holy Trinity of Ocean programmers at the time. They did Operation Wolf. I think they did Robocop as well, didn't they? Possibly. Well, they did Operation Thunderbolt at least, and Total Recall. But anyway, let's get this started. So we've got to search the enemy fort and rescue Colonel Troutman. And that farting noise, well, that isn't Rambo blowing off. No, that's the sound of his knife. And as you can see, we've got like a overhead sort of like almost gauntlet looking style game on single screens, and it's a little bit of a stealth 'em up. It's not exactly Metal Gear, and the enemy AI is pretty pathetic. Unless you're in their eyesight, they'll even just walk straight by you. So okay, right, on this first level, well, there's about 3 sort of complexes to move around. This is the first complex, obviously, and here what we're trying to find, pick up, first of all we've got a battery for some infrared goggles, and the goggles need to find this level as well, because there's some laser tripwires in the next complex we need to avoid. There's a silencer for a pistol, because shooting your gun without a pistol, when you find the gun that is, will set the alarm off and the whole place goes berserk and you get absolutely swarmed with enemies. Oh yeah, got to collect the metal detector there as well. That's a metal detector. And you can carry about, I don't know, 10 or so items in your inventory. So basically, for this first the game is basically split into 3 levels. 2 of them are sort of top-down, sort of shoot 'em ups like this. This is more of a stealthy version, where you just try to sneak around the enemy base, pick up various objects to complete certain tasks. And then the next levels are all-out sort of overhead view again, shoot 'em up, where you're priming bombs and having to escape in a helicopter. And then the final level is basically sort of an Operation Wolf style clone. We'll come on to that later. That's probably the most interesting level in the game. There's a fair amount of this to play through. Now in this room here, there's a switch on the wall there. We just need to move into that. There you go. That's the switch done, and that basically switches off the electricity to an electrified door, which will let us move out into the open of the enemy base and move to the next complex. So really, that's the first thing you need to do. I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of items that are not that much use, or you can pretty much avoid not picking up. You definitely need that key. And if you, obviously the mine detector will shut mines placed around the outside of the enemy base. But I suppose you could cheat and get a map and work out and just like avoid the mines that way. There's some gloves to pick up as well, and later on that'll let you touch electrified doors. I'll come on to that later. Oh, there's a health pickup there that restores all your health. Your energy's there in the bottom right corner of the screen, Rambo's face. Actually quite well done. And I like how as you lose more energy, a sort of a horrible looking skull appears. Shame there's no music in game. The title screen music was okay, not one of Jonathan Dunn's best, but decent enough. Now I think we've got some arrows up here. Oh, as you can see there I got spotted, and the enemy does chase you around when spotted. Right, where am I going to next? I think there's an energy pickup in the room to the right there, but I think we'll come back to that. That's the silencer for the gun. So yeah, it's got this energy pickup in this room, and then the rooms below will have the infrared goggles, which will help us avoid the laser tripwires in the next level. Sorry, not next level, next section of this level. There you go. That's the inventory. Press the Enter key to get your inventory up. Your current items the current item is in use is usually the one in the middle of the sort of the blue box there next to the knife icon. You can scroll through those items by pressing the I think it's the J key, and press K to pick up and L to use. So if I press L now, basically that will use that health kit in the centre of that blue rectangle, and will restore all my health. But we don't want to do that just yet. And you can basically pick up and drop items and swap them around. So the game will remember where you've placed items, which is nicely programmed. So yeah, I think that's that's the goggles picked up. We've got the key, so I think now we're just going to pick up a health kit and make our way out. Oh, to the right there's an ammo pack. But to be honest, if you use the route that I've followed, it's pretty quick to finish, really. Saying that, I think level 2 sort of starts about 20 minutes in. We've got a full inventory there. What am I doing there? I think I'm seeing which one I can drop or swap. You can use the arrows. That means we've now got arrows available. Stupidly, I used the ammo pack there when I didn't need to. I've got a full complement of arrows, so that was a complete waste. The item you pick up will be on the will appear in the left hand side of the blue rectangle, so leave that space free for picking stuff up. So we can now pretty much move to the next area, and that's basically the first third of this level done. Now already this is much better than the last game, although admittedly this is probably going to be a little bit boring to watch. Certainly maybe the second and definitely the third level is definitely worth reviewing. Oh yeah, and obviously the weapon in use there is in the bottom left corner of the screen. Currently got a knife. Oh, that's a light tube. This is pretty much, you can ignore that if you want to. There's a section in the third area where it's completely in the dark, but all there is to pick up there is an enemy uniform, which you can pick up and wear, and will let you sort of move around the base undetected. But yeah, it's not worthwhile. Okay, there's the electrified door. Remember we flicked a switch earlier? Well, that won't fry us now. We need to use the light key there, and there's a dark key later on to pick up, and that will open the door. Actually, no, I think it's already unlocked, actually. Cool, right, yeah. We've used the goggle battery, and then that just automatically puts it in the goggles, and then the goggles can work. Yeah, we don't need the key for that door, but it is electrified, so you need to remember to do the switch. Oh yeah, of course we've got the arrow selected there as a weapon. Basically it fires a lot further than, of course, the knife. It's also silent, so it won't alert the guards. So it's a pretty useful weapon. Should find the pistol shortly, which is even better. And here's the door we need to go through, but we need to be using the light key to open this door. So find the light key, select it, and open the door. Now, right, here's the second area, and we need to switch on our goggles, our infrared goggles, and there you go. We can see laser tripwires there, so we can avoid them. Now in this area, we need to pick up. Oh, there you go. There's the first of all, there's the pistol. So we'll pick up that. Press L to use, and that's in our weapon inventory now. And then select the silencer. So that's gone. That will automatically attach to the pistol. There you go. We've got a silenced pistol. Awesome. So we've got the pistol in this level. We've got a dark key to pick up, and the battery for the minefield detector. And that's pretty much it in this section. There's lots of other areas to explore. If you want to do the game fully, there's other little sort of things to find. For example, there's two more switches in this level. One of them will turn on an extra sort of laser tripwire, which you don't want to do. The other one will, if I remember correctly, there's a trapdoor open just in front of a door, and then beyond that door is the gloves, which will allow you to basically touch electrified doors and stuff. Now in the instructions it tells you can, oh there it is, there's that trapdoor. There's a switch that will close that, fall down that, and it's game over. So you can go and search the switch and close that and go for that door, pick up the gloves, but it's not worthwhile. As I was going to say, the instructions do say that you can rescue other prisoners in the in other cells. I couldn't be asked of that. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. Maybe finding that other switch and using the gloves to test the doors will allow you to find other prisoners, perhaps in the next section. But anyway, I'm just trying to do the quickest route possible, really, here, so it's not a bore you guys. Cool. And there's the battery we need to pick up for the mine detector. So, oh yeah, just get ready to use our goggles again, just to make sure we don't run over any of those laser tripwires. Yeah, just a shame there's no sort of in-game music, really. Would have given this game a bit more atmosphere. Sound effects are alright and perfunctory, I suppose. Graphics, it does look like we've got sort of 4-colour graphics on the go. Although that orange and yellow might be a little bit garish to people's eyes, I actually quite like that. I think it worked quite well. So yeah, it's probably a Mode 1 graphics mode used here. Mode 1, if you don't know, I've mentioned it a few times in previous videos. Mode 1 is basically 4 colours but at a higher resolution, i.e. smaller pixels, more pixels on the screen, so gives you a bit more, yeah, well, it makes the game look a lot less blocky, but you've got less colours. Cool, so right, back out into the outdoors, and then we're going to go to the third area and finally rescue Colonel Troutman. Select the mine detector and make sure that's on. That's flashing away there in the inventory, means that's switched on and currently in use. And we've also switched to the silenced pistol, which will shoot bullets quite really far across the screen. Might as well start using it now. Seems we've got plenty of ammo packs and we're already onto the third area. So yeah, I mean, generally this game, I did buy this, I think on budget on the Hit Squad label for about $2.99, and I did quite enjoy it, but I never got never got very far in the game. I just really could be arsed working out all the puzzles and stuff, because the instructions don't give you too many hints, really. I think I always died on that first electrified door. I didn't realise that was a switch on the wall. That turned it off. And I pretty much gave up. So I wanted to come back to this game years later and actually finally work out what to do and how to complete it. And yeah, I found, you know, I found this quite a decent game, really. It just didn't grab my interest initially, which is a bit of a shame. But it's relatively well done. Just not, it's definitely not one of Ocean's finest moments, but it's certainly a lot better than Rambo 2, anyway. Now, we didn't really need to go down here. All that's down this way is sort of another ammo pack. Running low on arrows, so we might as well use one we've got, pick up another one. Perhaps this was a little bit unnecessary. I could have completed the game without going down that way and saved about a minute or two of footage, but oh well. So yeah, anyway, in this final sort of area and complex, what have we got in here? We've got a machine gun. We need to pick that up before we rescue Colonel Troutman, so we can use it on the next level. And that's pretty much it, apart from explosive arrows. Oh, hang on a second. Here's a room which has no lights, so use a light tube, and hurrah, we've got lights on. Again, this is a bit of an unnecessary area, really. The light tube is only of any use here, I believe, unless that second area it has any use, which I didn't get to explore. So all that leads to is basically a uniform, an enemy uniform pickup. So we use that, and we're disguised as the enemy. Hurrah! But stupidly here, fire my arrow at him, and you lose your uniform straight away. So that was utterly pointless, but at least you got to see where that was and what that does and stuff. Oops. But we're not far from the end here. Just got to pick up the explosive arrows, which is to the right here. We need to use that to basically blow open the wall of Colonel Troutman's cell. There's the explosive arrows. We've got a full complement in our inventory, so we might as well use something up. Use the ammo. It's not a bad inventory system, actually. It works well. A little bit annoying having to sort of press keys just to scroll through one at a time, but it works all right. So right, off we go. We're going to rescue Colonel Troutman. I think there's another health kit up here, so we might as well just pick it up and use it. Yep. There you go, just enemies just ignoring you, even though you're right next to them. Not exactly brilliant AI, but I suppose if they're swarming all over you all the time, then the game wouldn't be much fun. Wouldn't be much of a stealth them up. Obviously they just follow the set patterns by moving up and down or left and right constantly. Might have been better if they were stationary and just sort of like turned around their viewpoint and then you have to sneak by them. That would have been really cool. Well, there's a machine gun. Might as well swap it for something you don't need anymore, like the goggles we don't need. But oops, you got to make sure it's the left-hand item in that blue bar at the bottom there. Damn it, just missed it scrolling through. And again, okay. Make sure you use the machine gun before you move on. Otherwise, like stupidly, I didn't use the machine gun, so to put in my weapons inventory, and it meant when the next level started, I didn't have the machine gun, which is annoying. Anyway, select the explosive arrows there, select them in your weapon inventory, and then again fire them at that middle plate in that wall there. Oops, got those barrels in the way. There you go, blown it up. I got a little bit flustered here. As you can tell, the alarm's going off. And the whole place goes berserk, but it just gets Colonel Troutman there. And that's it, that's the end of level 2. Sorry, level 1, and on to level 2. So we've got basically, we've got to find 8 bombs in this compound, prime them, and escape. In the helicopter at the end. Thankfully, I've got the machine gun here. And basically the enemy are all over you. Although Rambo seems to have got a lot tougher this time, and he can take a lot more hits before energy starts going down, which is generous of the programmers, otherwise this would have been impossible. There's the second bomb I've just planted. We've got one more bomb on this area. Again, like level 1, this is split into about 3 sections. There's 3 bombs in this sort of area before you move through a door into the next one. 2 in the next one and 3 in the final one. And you can sort of cheat here by keep flipping between the screens. There's always sort of like a second delay before enemies start appearing. But to be honest, when you know the location of the bombs, this is pretty easy level. Oh yeah, you've got unlimited ammunition as well. Oh, there's the final bomb of this area. So you need to go to the door. So you got unlimited ammunition, so you can just blast away as much as you want. Here you need to select a explosive arrow, fire at the door blasts open, and away you go. So 2 bombs to fire in this area. There's one in between the tanks. Just need to get there. It's kind of a shame this is basically screen by screen and doesn't scroll. That's a bit of a negative, really. There's also a bit of a few bugs here. For example, if you're too close, for example, you can see there my bullets are not firing because they're sort of clipping against the object there. Another little bug that needs to be ironed out. But otherwise, this is a pretty decent and competently programmed game. I think I'm going to sort of sum up a bit of a review now because I'm just, you know, from your point of view watching this, I'm sort of mindlessly running around, just randomly shooting really. Graphics are decent. I think there's good variety in gameplay though. You got the shoot 'em up level here. You got sort of a stealth and pick up objects and puzzles and stuff like that on the first level, and then you got an all-out sort of Operation Wolf blast 'em up on the final level. So there's a nice variety on offer. It's all nicely presented and stuff as usual. So it's kind of up to Ocean's sort of high standards. It's just not one of their best games. But I think this deserves a sort of a solid 7 out of 10. I think that's fair. Yeah, it's definitely sort of a 70% type game really. maybe erring towards 7.5. Right, that's another bomb primes there. There's one more in this area, not too far away. I think it's just beyond those crates actually. Ah, there it is. Now the last bomb is in the locked area where the helicopter is. Because I got a bit lost trying to find that one, that last bomb initially. Just stick to the bottom of the plane area. It's a little bit more open, so you can move about freer. As you can see, it's not too hard. I've only sort of lost about, I don't know, a quarter or a third of my energy. I guess if you had to spend hours wandering around trying to find all the bombs, it might have been a game over a lot sooner. But yeah, there's the final compound and door. So explosive arrow again, blow the door open. There's a helicopter we've got to escape in. One final bomb to prime just up here. There it is, that's all bombs primed. And time to escape. Hurrah! Congratulations, you've escaped the enemy compound which has been totally destroyed. So now, on to the final level. Level 3. Ah, right, I think we're in a tank here. And it's an Operation Thunderbolt. Actually, it looks more like Operation Thunderbolt with it sort of scrolling into the screen, sort of clone. And yeah, we're basically blowing up enemy tanks, soldiers. There's also bunkers that fire, and foxholes, sorry, that fire rockets at you. So get rid of the tanks as quickly as possible, and bunkers. And if you see an enemy throw a grenade or whatever, try and get rid of it. It all moves rather too fast though, but it's actually rather easy. I had never actually died on this level. I think I don't know where the damage counter is, but I think it's below. If you look to the left red sort of handle, there's a number there, 275, 278, sort of creeping up there, just to the left of the centre. I think that's your damage counter, I think. And when that reaches 1,000, I think that might be game over. I don't know, but this is pretty easy. Your gun can overheat as well, so you don't want to hold down the fire button for too long. This is pretty mindless stuff, but actually looks rather nice. Lovely Mode 0 graphics this time, full 16 colours on the screen, used really well. Looks very much like Operation Thunderbolt, which this programming team went on to make. We've got a distance counter at the top right corner of the screen counting down. So we're at 200 to about 200-ish, so not far to go. Right, okay, we've come up to the final battle against the enemy helicopters here. You usually appear from the left, so you can sort of hang your cursor around to the left of the screen there and blow up quite a few of them. I think we've nearly done it. Hey, well done, John. You've completed your mission. You are a real superhero. And I'm afraid, guys, that's it. That's the end of the game. There's nothing else apart from the high score table next. So bit of a disappointing ending, really. I hate just having sort of a text screen ending. Well, I suppose at least he didn't say game over or loop round to the first level. But yeah, I'm gonna give that 7 out of 10, perhaps nudging up to a 7.5. So yeah, not bad. Not one of Ocean's best movie licenses, but still a pretty quality product, and nicely presented all round, and a good variety in the levels. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to let the title music just play out. So enjoy and see you soon. Cheers, bye.